Welcome to RetsuTalk episode 15. Happy holidays, everybody. 'Tis the season to be jolly in the world of video games today. Isn't that right, Slowbeef?
That's right. Happy holidays, everyone.
And with us today, we have our very good friend and frequent Canadian, Proton Jon.
Absolutely.
I'm not always Canadian, but when I am, it's frequently.
Mm-hmm. You commit.
I gotta commit to something. Why not being Canadian?
We don't always guess Canadian, but when we do Proton Jon.
Now, John, let's get to the thing that's on everybody's mind.
Yeah, let's just get
recently. And
is it actually?
How do Canadians do Christmas?
It's like yours, but it's always a month later. So we're gonna have ours in January.
They call it Leaf Kwanzaa, right?
Well, that's only for the Canadian Jewish people.
Oh,
I thought it was called Hanukkah.
No, it's Hanukkah A. You gotta add in. They don't slur that word, so. During the Hanukkah A, you light the sacred Christmas menorahs. It's actually like 12 lit candles, all in the shape of pine trees.
Oh, I see.
And
what's on everyone's wish list this holiday season?
For the snow to stop. Please stop. It's freezing cold outside.
What is snow?
There's snow here. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Last week it was 70 degrees here.
All right. Enough. Cut the bullshit. Let's get to what's on everyone's mind.
You mean it's not the weather?
It's not the weather.
Oh.
John, as I understand it, you were recently tricked into doing a Mario ROM hack Let's Play. And
I like how you're laughing while you're saying it, too.
No, I'm not laughing.
Well, did you hear what he just said?
That's a good point.
I know. I'm
in the most clever scheme yet.
A cunning ruse, if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, we duped John, see? We got him to do the Mario ROM hack.
Extra, read all about it.
I'm stunned that those words would ever exit my mouth in that order. Honestly.
I ran into a telephone booth right when I heard about it.
You put on your press hat with a little press sign.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't we?
But, that's more or less true.
That's amazing to me. So, from your perspective, how did this start? Where did you hear about it?
Okay, so what happened was some guy, I think Digital Cross Gamer was his name, he messaged me on YouTube, and he said, hey, I frequent the Super Mario World Central forums. That's where all the ROM hacks usually come from.
I thought you were going to say that's where all the action is.
Oh, yeah, no. Maximum action for a Super Mario World community.
Salutations, sir. I come from the Super Mario ROM hack forums.
Bro, you hitting up SMW Central tonight? Yeah!
I bring forth a message of greetings.
All them Mario clubbers, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he told me this kid, Yamana, had posted a thread. He had been gone for like 2 years. He hadn't posted in that. And he said, all the time he was gone, that he had been diagnosed with leukemia. That's why he wasn't on the forums and why he only popped in the chat every now and then. So he posted, I'm terminally ill. It didn't go into recession. I'm gonna pass away. They give me a week or 2 weeks to live. And as like some glib comment, like he said, my one regret is, like he scratched this out in the post too. He's like, my one regret is that no one worth a damn LP'd my ROM hack. Oh well. So
a bunch of nobody worthless fucks LP'd it, but
the funny thing is, I looked it up and a couple people actually did LP it.
So, not only did he fake cancer, but he also dissed a bunch of Let's Players while he did it, while begging people to Let's Play his ROM hack. I want to be fair to you about something, by the way, because I know we made fun of you for it in the little prank or whatever. Not having seen his original post, I mean, I felt for it too. You know, when I heard about like somebody diagnosed with leukemia who wanted to fucking ROM hack Let's Play it, it's like maybe there's like a kid out there somewhere who is like that, you know. But
it's kind of a touchy subject because like I admit I was skeptical, but I didn't want to be like I didn't want to be that guy who's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do this. It's clearly a lie. Because if it somehow wasn't, then I'd be the biggest douchebag in the world. It's like,
well, if it falls to anyone, I guess it's you, right?
No.
I mean, you're still a sucker. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. No. It's tough because the only time I saw his original post was after I saw, his or after I knew that it was fake.
Yeah.
I mean, and the big call out to me when he said it was when he's like, my one regret is...
Yeah, no, like, it was like, that really seems like a very odd request for a last death, but at the same time this year, a bunch of guys I know went and visited a sick kid. Like they got called by like his parents to fly out to like another state and go visit him. So it's like, it's possible.
No, absolutely. And to be fair, yeah, you don't want to be like a douchebag who like said like, nah, that's bullshit, and find out it was for real, and then you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Not even you also have precedence for it being true in the first place with what you just said. So
yeah, like
there's a healthy reason to suspend your disbelief.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'll joke around with you about like I don't believe you believe that or whatever. But yeah, I mean, even if you're skeptical, it's like the smarter move to, you know, think it's real, have it, and if it is real, not from a PR perspective. I mean, just from a personal perspective, you would just feel so horrible if it turned out to be real and you thought it was fake.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had nothing to lose from doing this, basically. It had been a private message I received. No one would have known if I had said no to it.
Right, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So I had no face to lose either ways, but I've had a number of people in my family affected by cancer, so I was like, it hit home to me in a way. So I was like, okay, I'll do this, and along the way I'll mention, like, donating to cancer research and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And on a personal note, I have too, actually. You know, I do have a lot of people affected by cancer amounts. I guess that I think is why, you know, everyone's so kind of like up in arms about it, is because, you know, cancer is such a broad thing. It's really like 180 kind of diseases sort of grouped into one, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so...
or not even just cancer, but serious illness, period.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
it's something that pretty much everybody can relate to some degree.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was going to say, so just like when all this went down, like... I think it was about a week before anyone discovered it was a lie.
Yeah, and by then you had posted 6 videos of Nate Luminosa.
Yeah, I had tried to crank out one a day for the most part, just to... Because I was like, I have a time limit of 2 weeks, I kind of should push this.
One thing I gotta give, One thing I gotta give Yamana some credit for is he really picked the most unpretentious name for his ROM hack ever.
You know, just an Italian name, nothing big.
Not luminosa.
What was the name of it again?
I think it means like bright night is what it meant.
I thought that was like a Harry Potter spell.
I think it means spaghetti with meatballs.
Oh.
So, all right. So you post 6 videos of this.
Yeah. Raocow was up to like 8 or 9 because Raocow was doing it at the same time.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot my name. Raocow did it too. And again, you know, totally a nice thing to do or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
And then, like, I posted the part 6 and walked away because I had some company over. Came back a couple hours later and found out, like, someone had posted on that same thread on that forum that he had lied and posted, like, this list of evidence he had.
Yeah.
So, like, the past hours I had been gone from my computer, the internet just kind of flipped its shit.
Yeah, I think the most compelling piece of evidence that he brought was, you know, with his form of leukemia that he claims to have, he would not be able to type on the internet in the first place.
Yeah. ALL, right? I think was the time he claimed to have.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, if you're really in your last 1 or 2 weeks, you're not surfing the web.
I think I think at one point he realized he might have gotten caught because he was logging in to view the thread the entire time. Okay. So like every time like you'd go check out the thread, it would be like last logged in like 1 hour ago. So it was
way to cover your tracks.
At one point he logged off, but apparently he kept logging in through the same IP, so that's how the mods caught him.
It's like, wow, how do I want to spend my final moments? My family or F5ing a fucking Mario Central ROM hack thread?
F5ing sounds like a good idea.
Basically. And, you know, the funny part of it is, now that some personal information has come out, and I'll speak more to that in a minute, but it's not even that this was a little kid with a dumb idea or something, like a 10-year-old or something. John, how old is he?
He is 18 or 19.
Yeah, so...
He started college this year.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons people knew he was lying, because he posted about getting a new job, apparently on Facebook.
Well, he was getting one of those quick 2-week degrees.
Oh, yeah, you know. Yeah, DeVry Institute, that's about it.
Yeah. I'm really going to need my master's if I'm dying in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Can I bring up a, what do you call it, like an after-school special type of message or whatever?
Sure.
Please.
I don't think it's right, by the way, because I've heard people are like, found his Facebook and his phone number and his real address and shit like that, and that I don't think is necessary. We don't have to, like, you know, go on a real life witch hunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
I can understand why everyone's upset, though, because it's like...
Oh, yeah.
He didn't physically hurt anyone, but he did emotionally hurt a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. I know Diabetes is driving to his house now, and we're talking to him via cell phone, is why I said that.
I was wondering why he kept cutting out.
No, absolutely. It was such a horrible kind of thing to do, you know? I mean, and I don't understand the point. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nate Luminosa is not an entirely original ROM hack. We talked about this.
Yeah, no, like, he looks like he made his own character sprite and some of the other enemies in that, but a lot of the sprites for backgrounds in that were just straight from Super Mario World Central. A lot of the engines he used were straight from that. Same with bosses.
Yeah, the bosses were all Frankenstein, right, from other, like, ROM hack modules people put up.
You say original ROM hack. Is that possible?
I mean, I don't know what kind of freak modifies.
I mean, it's like that lady who painted over the Mona Lisa, or not Mona Lisa, but that
that fresco
that Jesus Christ picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Some might say that improved it.
Some people
it did for me.
Well, did you hear she was like, you know, please look at my painting. I accidentally painted this over Jesus, and it was all fake. It turned out, basically. She posted on MLC Central.
Aww.
That's the kind of amazing thing about this, to go to such an extreme lie over a ROM hack that you didn't work all that hard on. You know what I mean?
See, and the thing was, the game was out for 2 years, too.
Not even Luminosa?
Yeah, no, that ROM hack is at least 2 years old.
So what, this was his, like, Hail Mary pass at the end?
Apparently. That's what I've been trying to figure out.
Somebody play this up! I got it!
Yeah, but seriously, what was the end game?
The only thing
seriously the worst scam artist ever.
The only thing I could think of was that he got some people to play his game, he got a bit more publicity, and then he would leave that account, because it was very obvious once he got caught, he wasn't going to have an account much longer.
Why get the publicity then?
He clearly
didn't throw it all away after the fact.
He clearly didn't think it through.
And it's not like it's an original video game on his part where you say, hey, you know what? At least I got some publicity for something I worked really hard on. It's shit you fucking jury-rigged.
It's weird, though, because at the same time, you think that that was the first game he ever made, so maybe it's just a weird sentimental thing that he didn't clearly think through.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I want to interrupt you right there. And that is not a game you make. That is not a game he made.
Fair enough. You got me there.
I mean, I'm not. You know what I mean? But like, not to be a jerk, but like in ROM hacking terms, like I worked way harder than he did on Police Knots. You know, the translation ROM hack, and did real deal assembly programming and all that. It is not my game. I can never call it that. Some kid with a fucking sprite editor and level editor. That's not his game either. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like serious or whatever. It's just like. It highlights how fucking ridiculous this is. It's not his game. He did nothing for it. It's fine if you want to say, I'm interested in game design, I want to fuck around with a ROM hack, but no. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like kind of the same deal with Let's Play and people screaming copyright or whatever back in the day.
Oh, thank you. Yes, exactly. Where they're like, oh, that's my video. It's like, no.
They're stealing my work.
Exactly. It's not your art assets. It's not anything. You know what I mean? You really are, like, have you guys heard recently that, like, Sega's been taking down Let's Play videos?
Yeah, they've been attacking anyone who did Shining Force 3, apparently.
Yeah, which is a very odd target of theirs, but whatever.
And you know it's about time, frankly.
Yeah,
but,
really.
Those Shining Force 3 Let's Plays were getting out of control.
But apparently they've been also attacking videos that don't even have anything about Shining Force in it, as long as the word is, like, in the title or something.
See, like, I mean, you know, frankly, it sucks, but, I mean, they're within their right, you know. If you
what else would be in a video titled Shining Force 3?
I think it was...
Welcome to my cooking video. I'm going to be baking some Shining Force 3 for you guys today.
Someone told me apparently they didn't show any footage of the game, they just talked about it, and it was like a positive review, and they still took it down, based on the fact that it was just in the name.
That's incredible, honestly.
So they claimed copyright against a person?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, Sega owns you.
God. It's funny, because after the 32X and the Saturn, I don't know Sega to make bad decisions like that.
Oh, no, never.
Oh, yeah, it's unprecedented.
Absolutely. Sonic 2006, things like that, you know. They've got a golden track record. Batting 1,000, that Sega.
I think really that was the turnaround point with Sonic 06.
I think so.
That was when everyone regained all their trust.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I mean, the thing is about Let's Play is you are at the mercy of the person who made the game because it is their art assets and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
That having been said, I mean, it's free advertising for them, even if you make fun of the game.
I think a lot of people have been commenting that Sega's been kind of weird lately, too. I think they're suing someone, and I can't remember why. I don't think it had to do with Shining Force.
Is it a guy whose actual name is Shining Force? I am Shining Force the Third.
Esquire.
Not in my house, you're not, Sega.
Sonic waggles his finger and then a fucking, like,
he's wearing a suit with a
briefcase there.
Summons comes out.
No, I don't remember what it is, but they're just suing someone. They're just doing like a bunch of really weird, crazy things that a lot of people are just like, Sega, what is wrong with you?
You're too slow to influence the jury.
Sega does what Nintendo don't because their lawyers told them that was a stupid idea. But getting back,
no, you PlayStation itn't.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Is that?
Were you actually on the ad campaign for that, or?
I was.
Oh, okay.
We can tell.
Well, you did a good job.
Our Shining Force campaign, we called it. It was our third one.
Well, I can't release Shining Force 4 unless all the Shining Force 3 videos are removed from the internet, so, you know.
That's actually why they're doing it.
Is it?
Yes, they're announcing a new Shining Force. That's why they're removing Shining Force videos.
Excuse me, why in the name of God, then, would you want to remove playthroughs of the previous games?
I don't know. Some people thought it was because they were playing hacked versions of the game, because we only got one part of Shining Force 3 over here.
Uh-huh.
But apparently, no, they were just attacking anything Shining Force label. I think even the Genesis versions.
But you know what's crazy about that is I remember when God of War 3 came out, and Diabetes is one of those poor souls who bought a PlayStation 3 like me. And,
Yep.
And I was like, get God of War 3, it's fucking amazing. And you're like, I'd rather play God of War 1 and 2 first, or watch a Let's Play of it. Now, Diabetes, have you actually bought God of War 1 and 2?
I have not.
There you go. Boom.
Nor have I watched a Let's Play of either yet.
But had the Let's Play been available, you maybe have watched those and then bought God of War 3?
Well, maybe, but this was before they released that bundle of 1 and 2 for the PlayStation 3.
You're fucking killing me here.
Didn't that come out before 3, though?
Can we just mute his mic and you and I can talk Proton Jon?
It did. I think I was still working at GameStop at the time.
Don't remember.
I'm sorry, are you guys done?
No. Oh, I found out who they're suing. It's Level 5, the guys who made the Professor Layton games.
Does any company or game not have a number in it somewhere?
Wait, why are they suing the people who made Professor Layton for Shining Force 3 Let's Plays?
Apparently they made some famous soccer series in Japan, Inazuma 11, and they're using some weird feature in the game that Sega uses in its football games that apparently they have a patent on. So now they're suing for $11 million in damages.
Wait, we're still talking about Shining Force 3 Let's Plays?
No. This has nothing to do with Shining Force, apparently, which surprised me, too.
Sorry, I zoned out when Diabetes mentioned the thing about not playing God of War 3, so...
That's a good reason to tune out.
That's fair enough. That's okay.
Haven't they since released all 3 God of War games in one bundle?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the PSP ones you can get on PS3 as well.
PSP, please.
God of War is basically Bayonetta for babies, but it actually looks really cool, so there you go.
So you excited for Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U, then?
No, I'm not at all.
Yeah.
No, I honestly had enough of Bayonetta in the first one. It wasn't sorry?
No, all I was gonna say was gonna agree with you. Like, where did they go with the second one?
Well, you know what's funny is Bayonetta. I think is the point where I grew up about video games because it's like where I just started skipping cutscenes because I'm like, or the first time I remember, I'm like, I just don't care.
So you saw Bayonetta and you were reminded that women exist?
Basically.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like, there's cool cutscenes where she's, like, riding the top of a missile and, like, jumping down a skyscraper and doing all cool shit.
Other phallic things.
Yeah, basically. I guess I didn't think that through before I said that. No, but then there's, like, things where, like, they're trying to explain a story where there's a little girl following around and, like, this evil guy. And there's just a point where I'm like, I don't care.
To be fair, if you're playing Bayonetta for this story, I think you're playing it for the wrong reasons.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Like, but it's the first time I've ever started skipping through cutscenes. Like, I can't care about this. This is just too stupid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, Devil May Cry 1 and 3, at least the story is over the top to the point where you'll laugh at it.
Yeah.
Bayonetta is kind of like that, but then it gets a little too serious, and it's like, I just don't give a shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
There is literally a point where it's just like, yeah, we've been joking the whole time, but now we're completely serious.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't care. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Getting back to the matter at hand, though, because
Shining Force 3, right?
Shining Force 3, no. So let me ask you this: you make 6 videos of Nana Luminosa.
Yeah.
You find out it's fake, and you make the 7th. Now, my opinion, I think you should have just gone with a different game or ROM hack, and ended on that. Why did you choose to let's play the 7th episode?
I don't know. There's a couple different things that went through my head. First off was the game. I was pretty much at the end. Like I rushed through it as fast as I could. I did it in like 17 minutes. I think it was, maybe less. Wow. The other thing was I had a lot of people said like if I stop the videos, they will go out of their way to get the game, and I did not want that to happen.
What? Why?
What?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. And Raukau argued this a lot in his videos. It's separation of art and artist, and I use the term art and artist loosely. But like, separate the person from the game he made. Like, so what if Yanama was an asshole? He still made a ROM hack that some people have been enjoying. There are a number of people. I usually try to read the comments on the videos, and a lot of people were like, we're trying to go along with the separation of art and artist. I know.
Okay. Look.
I can understand the logic of it, but I think in this case it doesn't really apply because he lied about the reason for it. To advertise it.
Yeah, Sega used the same argument for Shining Force 3. Didn't pan out.
But, I mean, you can argue all you like that ROM hacks are art, and fine, whatever. That's
the thing. I don't know how many people are going to try to go with that discussion at all.
Okay. I just meant to head that off at the pass. Cause
fair enough. I know. It was a term. It was a term of phrase.
But a Mario ROM hack like that isn't yours. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't make an engine. You didn't talk it over with artists and people. You didn't, like, figure out what the right gameplay was. Like, you're stuck with the Mario World physics and programming, and all you did was edit the art and take from other people who figured out how to fuck with that.
It just allows you to have a way to make a game without actually being qualified to make a game.
Basically.
Yeah, like, it's like
easy
it's your first game, essentially. That's what you would use it for. Or just to see what you can do within the limitations of that.
But I really want to be clear. It's not your first game. It's not yours. You didn't make a game.
And that's actually not even his first ROM hack, too, now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently did another one beforehand.
But that's like what kills me about the, God almighty, art versus artist. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Do you want to say separation of game and create... that
no.
is bad.
No, because it's the exact same thing. Like, if you take a painting off a museum and put a couple strokes over it and put it back up, that's not your painting.
Look, read my book about it. It's called The Portrait of the ROM Hacker as a Young Man.
The picture of Dorian Yamana, I understand. And every time you're ROM hacking, whatever. But that's... No, I gotta reject that. First of all, Nana Luminosa, to me, from what I saw of your videos, not a great ROM hack.
No, you're entirely right.
It's not. And I'm not even being mean just because of the fucking cancer bullshit. Like, it's just stupid. It's, hey, good job. You modified the levels or whatever.
Mario's a bunny.
Yeah. If you want to...
stars.
If you want to use that as a stepping stool toward actually making your own video game, hey, more power to you. But that's not yours. Like,
and you know, Nate Luminosa, right after he made that, made Bayonetta 2. True story.
So that means he's already gotten death threats then, so that means we're okay.
Right. People threatening to kill themselves already.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying I have to reject that. I can't even invoke the same.
No, it's okay. You can just say I have to. You can just say you reject it. I know what you're talking about.
I thank God for pronouns. I reject that. It's not his. It just isn't. And no matter how much you edit the sprite art and shit, it's not yours. And even if you're one of the assembly programmer people kind of thing, it's still not, like, if It just isn't.
I guess it kind of brings up the argument of, like, would you ever consider a modification of a previously existing game at all, like, your own creation? Like, you clearly... Okay. He clearly put time into it. He clearly wrote extra things into it. But at the same time, you're right. He didn't create the engine. He still has all the limitations of Super Mario World. He still has some of the assets from Super Mario World in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's like asking, can you build a house without a foundation?
Yeah, right?
You can, but it'll fall apart very fast.
You can't.
It won't work, basically.
You can't paint a house that someone else built and then say, that's my house now because I painted it. I'm sorry, there was just nothing built there. Like, even the boss videos. If somebody were to assembly ROM hack the game so they could make new bosses like people have done, okay, fine, that's a grayer area, I could see that. But, like, saying then, like, I took other people's tools and used them to make my own, to modify this or whatever, I mean, it's not the same thing.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sorry, you know?
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, but at the same time, it's like, what am I supposed to do in my situation where people are like, okay, if you don't finish this, we're going to go out of our way, and he gets even more of what he wanted.
I hear you. I'm not trying to totally give you shit for.
No, I understand. Like, I got shit from kind of everyone. There was no way to have a clean break on that. If I stopped the videos, people would have complained. If I deleted the videos, people would have complained, and people would forget he pulled this stunt.
Yeah.
It's just like, what do you do?
You were damned if you did.
It does tell an interesting story, and I think to that end, it's good to keep the videos around.
I'm personally of the opinion, though, that I feel like the last video might as well have been another ROM hack, just to sort of arbitrarily deny him the end. But I do see what you're saying, that if you had done that, other people then would have just...
Another thing, too, is actually, the ending of the game is actually the shittiest part of the game.
Well, actually, then that's good.
So it gives you a chance to retsupurae the game a little bit.
I guess, yeah. I thought about it after the recording, I'm like, wow, the game really went downhill at this point. It's almost like he planned for the information to get out at this point so we'd stop.
Well, it's funny because we've been talking so long about how this isn't really his game and it's just a modification. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
And he went that far to market something that wasn't really his, but maybe had his mark on it. Can you imagine if he'd made a game? Like, what would he do? Like, would he pull people at gunpoint and say, like, you played this game or I'm killing this family?
Yeah, hostages would begin happening, yeah.
That's the only way this could go, I think.
Keep in mind, this is also a game he made 2 years ago, and a couple thousand people had already played it before he pulled this stunt. So he was literally just grabbing for even more attention.
But, John, no one had Let's Played it.
Oh, my bad.
No one worth a damn.
Oh, yeah, my bad again.
Like you.
We're talking 6-digit subscriber level.
I'd feel worse had he actually asked me himself, but having someone else who was kind of innocent of the situation ask me, like, I'm fine with it that way.
Well, yeah, and like I said, like, it, you know, I mean, I can't give you too much shit if you heard it through a third party or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's one of those things, and I'll be fair, too, like, I saw the original post after I found out it was fake, but yeah, once he was, like, my one regret, it's like, oh, wow, that does sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
really?
I know entirely know what you mean.
Yeah. So there's that. Wow.
That's a load off.
Yep, right there. I think I can sleep tonight now.
Finally.
As long as we're talking about let's play confessions, can I do one?
Sure.
This is a safe environment, Slowbeef.
Okay.
As long as it's not about Shining Force 3.
Yeah,
So,
this could get the podcast pulled down.
Yeah, we don't want that.
This podcast is being recorded on December 13th, if anyone cares. The night before, Diabetes, Proton Jon, and myself recorded a very hilarious video of King's Quest III, which I posted.
Yeah.
Or excuse me,
Quest
King's Quest
VII.
VII Part 3.
The third part of King's Quest VII.
No, anyway, we watched some King's Quest VII and recorded it.
Yeah, I'll fix that in post.
Right, of course, thank you. Before the Skype call, though, I got kind of bored, and I searched in YouTube for Let's Play, today, just to see what people had uploaded today. And I found Tabascus, a.k.a. TobyGames, had posted episode 170 of his Happy Wheels Let's Play.
170.
How long is Happy Wheels, the game?
It's one of those games that people make content for it, so it can go on as long as you want.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that sounds great.
You ever play Trials or Trials Evolution?
No.
Okay. It's one of those physics-based bike games where you have to try to make it to the end of the stage without flipping your bike.
It's a
Is it Quappy?
Kinda.
More or less. It's Quappy with a little. It's Quap with a level editor and vehicles, and by I mean vehicles very loosely. Like it's just like a Segway and a bicycle. And
Can you hack Ernest Evans into it?
I think he's
and call it art.
And call it art. Yes. PewDiePie started doing it, and I guess TobyGames decided to copy him, or possibly the other way around. Who gives a shit? The problem.
Who came first?
According to Google, Tobuscus did his first part on like June.
God, you were able to Google that?
I just typed in Tobuscus Happy Wheels. It was the second result.
It's oh god. So I had said in previous podcasts and things, which I've since retracted, that Tobuscus is worse than PewDiePie. And while I don't abide by that anymore, PewDiePie certainly is worse. Tobuscus is still pretty fucking bad too. And I've seen his Happy Wheels videos where he covers not only most of the screen with his face, but also tons of annotations to his other videos because he is a self-promotion whore. Basically, he plays this physics flash-based game, and every time the character dies, there's blood splattering around and shit like that. But it goes on for 170 videos, and for what I've seen, it's like 3 or 4 jokes just repeated the whole time. The crummy thing is he's good with voices, but again, it's the same 3 or 4 voices the whole time or whatever. So what happened was, while waiting for everyone, I just made a video. I just winged it myself. I flew solo, as they call it, as the kids call it, I think, right?
Oh yeah, totally, flying solo.
They do call it that.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, I was.
I just googled it. Second result, it's right. Yeah.
Okay, good, make sure.
So apparently PewDiePie came first back in February.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact: it has almost 5 million views.
So terrible.
Yeah. Same with the Tobuscuses, actually.
I have to think, if I were just as a side note, if I were the Happy Wheels guy, I would be very annoyed that both of them decided to like cover most of my game with like just promotion to themselves.
It's probably a weird thing because you got to think that game's gotten like so much traffic because of them now.
I guess so, but it's still so obnoxious. Like, wouldn't you think if you're taking someone else's game, you'd be a little nice about it? And
well, I mean, it kind of brings up the same thing like Minecraft LPs. Like a lot of the
end justify the means?
Yeah, a lot of the big channels do Minecraft, Slender, and Happy Wheels.
I would just say, as a courteous thing, wouldn't you make the whole video widescreen and put yourself over to the left or something? I don't know, like it's just,
or not even there at all.
Or yeah, right? Like, why do you need to be there? Because it's always the same reaction. Either they're pretending, and it's always pretending, to be scared, or they're like jumping out of their chairs and they don't really mean it. Like,
this will probably sound pretentious, but apparently there's logic behind them doing that.
How's that?
Apparently, I've read a couple of people talking about this. Some other people have analyzed it. Having your actual face there with the face cam, when you're showing emotion, fake or not, creates a deeper connection to the audience compared to just the voice, because you see and hear their reaction instead of just hearing the reaction. So
okay.
Psychologically,
if your audience is really impressionable and dumb,
I feel like. Well, I mean, I think there's something to it though, where that's like just sort of childish in a way, and it is only children who kind of fall for that. I agree with you. That is like a thing. I just feel like
it is something tactile that's there, but
let me put it another way. Here's something I think works, and I don't have logic behind it. This is just my own theory. I think the reason they have so many subscribers is because they pimp out the fucking like and subscribe buttons. Like, no joke, I think Runaway Guys, Proton Jon, slowbeef, diabetes, retsupurae, if we did it at the same level they did, where every single video ends in, by the way, guys, if you like me, here's my subscribe button, here's my Facebook, here's my Twitter, we'd have that number of subscribers.
No, you're entirely right. That the same guy who analyzed that also pointed out that's true. Like, that does work. Mentioning it puts it in your head, and you think to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it just, like, but it comes out, like, so desperate in a way, too. It's like, I can't do this of my own merit. I have to, like, beg for it. You know what I mean?
But we are going to put each of our faces in the corners of this black podcast video, right?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm actually making sure my signature's in the sine wave for my audio.
Thank God.
I'm actually... I'm recording my scrotum as I talk, so that'll be just swinging as, whatever.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
I have my iPhone, videotaping my butt right now.
When I was talking about doing a ROM hack, I was totally erect. It was the only time during this video. Well, anyway, I did this video of TobyGames, and I wasn't sure how well it went, so I posted it unlisted, meaning for Diabetes to review it and tell me, like, hey, is this funny? How'd it go? Or whatever. But apparently I did that public.
Ooh.
So it went up for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so?
That long?
Maybe. I don't know.
So you might have actually picked unlisted. Apparently sometimes people get links to it even when it's unlisted.
How does that work?
YouTube has great designers.
I could really swear I did unlisted save changes. And I was thinking later, like, maybe I didn't hit save changes, and that's what did it, but...
No, it's a lot of people have had issues with the scheduler for picking when your video goes up, and sometimes unlisted links it out, emails out people when you've put up the video.
Well, pressing buttons on web pages is still like undiscovered country.
I know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Still a lot of controversy around how to do that, right?
Absolutely. Scheduling things and making a computer do them at certain times, I mean, it's going to be
And
at least
they're not owned by
2033.
Google or anything either.
No, not right. Not like
Selecting
a big company.
different options from a drop-down and having them mean different things?
No, YouTube's a mom and pop shop when it comes to, videos on the internet.
Yeah, it's kind of an underground movement right now.
I agree.
It'll catch on once Google Video stands aside.
So, I mean, Diabetes, you ultimately have not watched the video at the time of recording this or whatever.
I still haven't. You mentioned that you did not feel that it was really all that great, and so I was like, okay, I guess I don't need to see it then.
I'm like half and half about it.
But then you basically in doing what you did, you conducted a focus group.
It's funny, I was thinking that. I was like, maybe this is a smart way of seeing if, like, a video is good or not.
All the retsupurae early adopters got to see it before we privated it.
It's a weird thing because I feel like the issue there is like your fans will like anything you do, in a way,
No,
well,
that's usually
anytime
true.
we upload a new video. Oh, hey, they uploaded a new video. I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
Without seeing the content of it.
And I would appreciate it and tell all your friends to subscribe it. And during this podcast, I'll put a little thing over it with my face. But no, yeah, it is a thing, and it's kind of weird because then you realize you can't quite trust what random people tell you on the internet. You know what I mean? Which is, I think, a lesson a lot of people have to learn.
Slowbeef, I have some feedback on your video, actually. I'm going to it right now, looking at the comments. First!
Oh, wow. Well, that means...
Does that help at all?
We should post it, I think, then. Yeah. I mean, that's the way it should go, yeah. First. My favorite comment.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst YouTube comment we've ever gotten, you think? All three of us.
I've got a list of death threats on my computer here somewhere. So
You have a
probably
list
one of those.
Wait, death threats? You're like the nicest person.
Apparently
That's why I fucking hate him.
Apparently in the Runaway Guys, I'm an asshole, so according to that, I get death threats from a bunch of Chugga Conroy's fans.
Now.
Well, I'm sure they got the muscle to back that up.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Those gem rat Chugga Conroy fans.
I love my favorite death threat is Zelos's when he was like reviewing soda and telling us he'd kill us. It's my favorite thing personally.
You guys are assholes. Fucking kick your ass.
You go to hell.
I'll
kill you.
Is that video still online somewhere, or did that get deleted after?
I think it's
we
on our...
we uploaded the just the original video without us doing anything with it.
Yeah, it's on our
still
account.
On there.
Yeah, I think it is.
And then on our favorites, Knorr did a remix of it. That's great. It's under our favorites. It's fantastic.
Oh, Knorr did that?
Yeah, Knorr.
I never realized. He started a Let's Fail thread on something awful.
Oh. I'm
very interested to see that. I mean, I'm interested to see where that goes. Cause I really wanted to start a Let's Fail thread for a while.
Well, now you can't. It's too late.
I know. It's awful.
You have to guess that shit.
John, did you participate in the last Let's Fail thread?
Oh, shit. When was that thread anyways? That would have been from a while ago.
2000. Like 1984.
Oh, no, that sounds about right, yeah. I think I was there then.
1963.
Year before I was born.
Basically. Should we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, you pretty much...
I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, one last thing I'll mention. So nobody was planning to do retsupurae TobyGames or anything. It might or might not happen. Who knows? You know, but it was just one of those things. You know. Anyway, that's it.
Could just happen.
Could just happen. Who knows?
The end.
The end. Let's move on.
Okay.
I tweeted a picture recently for diabetes.
This is what I was excited to hear you talk about.
Diabetes and I tweeted a picture.
Yeah, we each had our own take on what to say about that picture.
Yeah. I'm obviously at slowbeef, and what are you, the underscore Beatus?
The underscore Beatus, yes.
Yes. And I'm seeing, like, this isn't real, right? Please. But it is. It is a video of a guy let's playing, excuse me. Happy Wheels, except he switched the scare cam and the video cam, so he is enormous in the video and Happy Wheels beneath
He's
him.
like 75% of the Let's Play.
Yes. And then 3 minutes into his video, the watermark comes up because he didn't register his recording software.
So it's him looking dumbfounded with a watermark around his nose and chin with a tiny little game in the corner. And it kind of summarizes the state of Let's Play.
How do you feel about what it's become?
I hate it so much.
If it makes you feel any better, it probably would have gotten to that point even if you hadn't, kind of set the foundation for how to do it, if that makes sense.
You know,
people would have found a way.
You would have found a way to become that.
What I think bothers me about things like that is you have legit good Let's Plays out there, and in an alternate timeline, had people like PewDiePie and Tabascus and this kid figured out like how to monetize it earlier and things like that. You wouldn't have some of the cool shit. I hate to bring it up again, but like the whole Danganronpa thing is a game you'd never hear of if it weren't for this kid Let's playing it. And in another fucking world, it's like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just record myself playing Super Mario Brothers and call it a day. Here's my dick, you know. Not like it's such a great thing or anything like that. I don't mean to imply that, but it's just like, Christ almighty, like, that's really what you're leading people to think. I think, too, that's what annoyed me about the Doug Walker video most of all, where it's like, you take this, like, popular internet personality, and he's like, hey, everybody, this is what Let's Play is. Let's just show everyone, you know, how obnoxious you can be over a video game, and that's that, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, it was probably just miscommunication on his behalf. He really didn't seem like he had seen anything else but that.
I think so, too. I'm not trying to take it too seriously or anything like that. It's just that, like, now that you've got people monetizing it and stuff, now it's kind of ruined. It's on its way out. More or less.
Let's Play in general?
I think so. Honestly,
I don't think it's on its way out. I think it's just way past the point of oversaturation, though.
Well, I do think it is a bubble of sorts.
I do too. I think there's going to be a point where people get sick of it, frankly, or the game companies decide, wait a minute, like, you know, we could hire people on our staff to do the same thing, and we'll get the paychecks. So,
yeah. Well, at the same time, these people that are monetizing Let's Play and essentially making a living off of it, as weird as that is to be able to do, they're going to keep doing it when they're like 40? Like, what's their retirement plan?
There's got to be an end game.
Do they thought that far ahead? Yeah, exactly.
Well,
there has to be an end game.
The end game is entirely because of people like PewDiePie and TobyGames. Like, seriously, like, it is. Like, it's going to be a thing where they break in all this money for such minimal effort that companies are going to realize, like, wait a minute, that should be our money. Those are our games. So we cancel everything. We send copyright notifications to everyone. We hire actors and comedians to talk over it. Here's your scare cam, and here's our video game coming out, and it all becomes a big commercial thing. That's what happens.
I think it depends, too, on how you look at it. Like, Nintendo of Europe has already done some Let's Plays.
Yeah, that's right. Of Xenoblade Chronicles, right?
Yeah, they took them down, apparently. They just brought it up when the game was first coming out.
Right,
but Nintendo has some weird repertoire with other LPers. Like, they've contacted us about doing videos.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, didn't they retweet a video you did about the Wii U Mario game?
The 3DS one, that one about collecting all the coins. They got us to do a video for it, and they actually gave us prizes to hand out to people too.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, you say there's the end game and everything, but at the same time, there's still the fact that people see these Let's Plays and it gives them incentive to get the game and play it themselves, which they may not have done otherwise.
It's weird. It's like, it's kind of like we're doing the advertising for them, but it's not our intention.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Let's Play is. It's advertising a game without actively trying to advertise a game.
But that's kind of what I'm getting at, though, is because when you talk about things where you play the game for the game's sake and you inadvertently help advertise it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you might watch the video Let's Play of Snatcher because you like me and diabetes, but it lets you learn about Snatcher, and maybe you go play it, and then eventually when Konami does it or whatever. Or the same with you and Mario ROM hacks, or you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Yeah, a few people watching Galaxy 2, I've noticed some comments, hey, I picked up the game because I was watching your Let's Play and it looks fun.
Absolutely. But you take a guy who decides to just put a camera over part of the screen and just scream over it, I mean, I really don't see people buying Amnesia when there's 3 videos out of it a day, and also he's just showing you every single thing in it, you know what I mean?
Do you think it's a case of just not respecting the game?
I do, in a way. I think it's just more about... Those videos are more like me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like, it's not so much of a point of respecting the game so much as it is, hey, this is an easy way to draw attention to myself and have people come to me rather than the content of what I'm doing.
Yeah, like there's no point in playing Happy Wheels, honestly. If like these guys are going to do it for me and laugh at it. Whereas I feel like people who give a shit about like the notion behind Let's Play of like, hey, let's all play a video game, let's all watch it, let's comment on it and things like that, it makes more sense, kind of, like it. I don't know if I'm expressing myself clearly, but I feel like I would let you Let's Play of Amnesia for someone who really knew the game and could show me stuff that I'd missed and connect all the dots after I'd played it, or maybe even before, and it would get me intrigued and then I'd want to watch it later, as opposed to someone who's just going to scream as loud as they can over it. And I think the proof that it's lazy is, again, there's 170 Happy Wheels videos. What could you have had to say after 169 that you missed? I mean, help me out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. I think at this point he's just showing off stages that people have given him, or...
No. That's not...
No, it's just the fact that the same thing that he's done has been proven to work, so he doesn't have to try to do anything new or make new content. He just has to rehash what he's already done over the same game, and people will flock in, and he gets paid for it. So why change the formula?
And please let me correct you.
There's no incentive to do otherwise.
But that literally at some point has to stop, right?
Well, please let me correct you here, by the way. No one's sending him these videos. He is just going through the server list and clicking on each and every username. Same with PewDiePie. Yes, he is. One of his videos, no joke, 2 minutes straight of just he can't connect to the server. And all he does is, and I won't lie, he's not bad with voices, but again, it's the same thing over and over. He's just like, I can't get to the server. Why is that? Come on, retry. Let's go to the level. Oh, it's not happening. You know what I mean? And it's like such an obvious thing where if you actually gave a shit, besides just pumping out video after video because you just want the quick money, like you would just, highlight that in your video editor and hit delete. But yeah, it's not people sending him to him. He is just going down the list. Same with PewDiePie. That's why they encounter, if you watch a few of these, they encounter levels that are absolute garbage where you just cross the finish line immediately, Things that, wouldn't even made it even in Super Meat Boy's level editor. And they just do that and they're like, oh, that was a stupid level. Anyway, next video, whatever.
Do you think they actually have fun doing that? Or do you think it's like, got to do the old 8 to 5, go to work and, can't connect to the server, blah, blah, blah.
I mean,
that can't be fun to do.
I think they have... Yeah, you're right. I mean, they're not creative, and they're not making things that are worth watching.
Yeah, I mean, it really does seem like going to a job that you... I mean, this is maybe just from my point of view, but it'd be like working at a job you don't like.
I mean, that's what I feel like. I feel like, honestly, even if you gave me $1,000 per Happy Wheels video, there's still a point, no matter how much money that seems like, around a video, I don't know, 40, where you're like, I can't take this anymore. Like,
yeah, and wasn't there a study done at some point? I can't remember the specifics of it, but they paid people this really large amount of money to just dig a hole or do something incredibly repetitious that had no, it wasn't clear what the purpose of it was.
Right.
And then they paid people a lot less to do some kind of more rewarding sort of task, and the people who were getting paid less were, happy doing it, whereas the people, even though they were getting paid a whole lot of money, weren't self-fulfilled about it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
that's just describing an office job, really.
Yeah. Exactly. But what's self-fulfilling about, like, you gotta wake up at some point if you're one of these people and be like, what am I doing with my life?
Well, it's fake on a lot of levels. I mean, you just can't play that many horror games and still have that same genuine reaction where you scream. You just can't. I mean, I think all of us at some point have, like, watched a horror movie and been kind of creeped out by it or whatever. But when you watch the next one, it's a little less because you're kind of used to it. You get inured to it. You get inoculated to it. You know what I mean?
Maybe the secret is they both have maybe they just both have amnesia. We figured it out.
Wow, way to
grind things to a halt,
John. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. That's why they pay me the big bucks, as in nothing at all.
So anyway, yes, they're ruining Let's Play. Let's move on. Wow. What do we have to talk about still? King's Quest VII?
Yeah, that we started doing that recently.
All right.
It's been, I've got to say, it's been a surprising challenge.
I will say so
for us to talk over compared to the previous game, the 5 and 6 that we've already covered.
Right.
So I guess my question first is, what made you decide to do 7?
Well, Karino Kaze recorded, after we did King's Quest VI, which some other long player guy did. He didn't do it for us specifically, we just found the footage and decided to talk over it. Karino Kaze saw that and said, hey, I can record King's Quest V for you guys. If you want to talk over that, we said sure. So we did that. And King's Quest V I thought went really well. That was a fun game to retsupurae.
I think, honestly, the time in the mountains from the wolf to the sled totally made it.
Yes, absolutely. And just Graham in general. He's a great character to make fun of. But so after we were done with that, Karino Kaze said, hey, I'll also do King's Quest VII for you guys. I don't know, Slowbeef, if you were very familiar with it. I was not, but I think we were just like, yeah, sure, why not? And we delayed it for a while, got to it. But with King's Quest VII, it's just so bad.
It's so slow.
It's sluggish. It's paced horribly.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I've played 1, 5, and 6 in my life. And for only made fun of it, I think 6 is actually kind of a neat adventure game. I don't think it's good per se.
It's cheesy, but
I think the LucasArts games were better. But that said, King's Quest VI is no slouch. It's fun. You know what I mean? Mm. It's cheesy as shit. It doesn't hold up, and some of the puzzles are bullshit, but some of them are creative. Whatever. And
but at the same time, it's easy to make fun of.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very easy to make fun of. 5 is a bunch of bullshit. I feel like both of those games had the advantage of, and this is a silly kind of thing, you could turn up the walking speed on the character and get to scene a lot faster.
Sure.
Here you're just kind of like walking slowly, and it's like...
Yeah, and there's one chapter that takes place in pretty much, 3 or 4 rooms, quote-unquote rooms?
Oh, you're talking about the desert. We posted
I was talking about the troll cave.
Oh, yeah, that is...
You just go back and forth between, 3 or 4 or 5 different places, and it's just such a slog.
Now, do we know that there's no speed up, or is it just he didn't pick the option, or?
I mean, to his credit, he picked the option for 5 and 6. It could be possible the option's there and he didn't see it, though, I guess. But I really think that would help it a lot. But even so, if you look at some of the puzzles where it's like, okay, you have to turn the bowl up, go adjust the neck, cry into the bowl, put the corn in the bowl, move the necklace again, turn the bowl just to drain it, and then do that whole thing again to fill it up.
I like how you just gloss over cry into the bowl as if, that's what you would do.
Well, I mean...
It's a normal reaction.
Yeah. Cry into the bowl, turned over 3 or 4 times. Typical adventure game logic.
I'm stunned, basically. I'm stunned Roberta Williams wrote it and then was okay with it, basically. I guess that's the way I can put it. I don't know.
I'm just stunned that the series kept going downhill.
I am too. Well, apparently 8 is so much worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean, exactly. 5 was kind of shit, but then 6, was an improvement, but then it just, a steep downward spiral.
Did you play the King's Quest, John? I'm sorry.
No, I've only played, I think it was number 3 maybe. All I remember is a game that had 5 1/4 floppy disks. And the first thing I did was accidentally walk into a river and die, and I was like, this is stupid.
I feel like 1 to 4 are kind of their own things, and it's hard to make fun of 1 in a way because it was the first like graphical text adventure.
Was it the first?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was. That or Hugo, I forget, but
I think it was Happy Wheels actually.
Oh, it was Happy Wheels, right?
Yeah,
all those Happy Wheels.
Well, I mean, 1 is frankly terrible, but it's like kind of one of those things where I was like, well, it was like one of the first, if not the first. 1, 2, 3, 4 are kind of their own things. 5 is where things started to get better, and Sierra adopted the icon logo, if I remember. But no, there's all the other games, whatever. I just feel like my point in this is that 6, I think, was the spike of the series. And then it just drops way down off a cliff, as if Graham had sledded over it.
Sorry.
That wasn't the point that Sierra was having like financial troubles and everything, though, was it?
I don't know. You know, the one Sierra game I loved, I really feel like is one of the best video games ever, is Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. Did you ever play that?
I keep hearing about that.
That is sick good.
Isn't like the second or third game like absolute garbage though?
They get progressively worse again. The second game was live action. The first game had Tim Curry as the main voice actor.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, no, it's really a very well done game. The second game is live action. It takes place in Germany, and there's these weird scanline things go throughout. Like Sierra, I guess, decided as a form of compression, they cut out every row of pixels from the video, so it kind of looks weird. And then the third game is polygonal, and it's shit. Like shit. They get Tim Curry back, but everything you hear about people making fun of adventure games refers back to Gabriel Knight 3. Actually, do you ever heard of the infamous cat mustache puzzle?
The what?
Okay. You have a friend in the game named Mosley, and in Chapter 3, you decide to impersonate him, and to do that, you need a mustache. Keep in mind, by the way, Mosley does not have a mustache. So, you need to get candy, and you need to put it in a dish to distract him, because he's like in this endless loop walking around a hotel lobby, and when he sees the candy, he like, I guess, just leans over the desk forever so you can like take his wallet. He's your friend, mind you. Oh, and by the way, voiced by Mark Hamill. Anyway, so you steal Mosley's wallet. Again, the first game's so much better. And then you have his passport. So then you gotta dress up like him, which, again, somehow involves a mustache, even though he doesn't have a mustache. To do that, instead of buying a fake mustache, you need to take... I only read about this. I haven't actually played it. You need to take, like, maple syrup and dip it on tape, I think, and then put it somewhere, and then scare a cat so the cat runs by the tape and leaves its hair on the tape, so you can put this disgusting mess of cat hair... Oh, no, I'm sorry, the honey or whatever was to secure it on your face, so you could have a fake mustache made out of cat hair to trick people into thinking you were a guy who has a mustache, even though the character you're impersonating does not.
Duh.
Basically.
Come on, everyone knows that.
But even what's kind of neat about Gabriel Knight is usually adventure game heroes are kind of foils. They're kind of like stupid people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
what are you
Guybrush.
talking about, Slowbeef?
I don't know. But Gabriel Knight was actually a really, like, the character, I mean, was like a smooth guy. He was good with, like, women, and he was good with, like, his flaw was, like, he would kind of fuck people over, you know, but then the first game is all about, like, him kind of coming to grips with that and things like that, you know. But then the third game, he's totally, like, he tells, like, some woman, like, he's hitting on, like, you know, it's not Miracle Whip without the cream in the middle. And you're like, wait, I'm sorry, what?
So he's trying to be Leisure Suit Larry. Got it.
Yeah. I think that's even how the game reviewer put it. It's like he's gone less Gabriel Knight and more Leisure Suit Larry now. And it's like, yeah. I mean, also Michael Dorn, I don't know why I'm randomly interjecting voice actors. Michael Dorn from Star Trek Next Generation was also a voice actor in the first game.
Was he the cat?
Yes, he was.
No, he was a mustache.
Okay. Oh.
Maybe we should wrong pray that game just to like cleanse the palate of King's Quest VII, and just be like, here's what Sierra did on the opposite end of the spectrum. Although King's Quest Massive Eternity is supposed to be their worst thing ever, but whatever. No, but if you do get the chance, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, really fucking excellent game.
Is it on Steam or is it just on Good Old Games?
To be honest with you, I haven't played it in years. I think it's on Good Old Games, but I'm not sure. I would very highly recommend though. It's one of those like, this is like one of the few games with a cool story kind of thing, you know. So
all 3 of them are on Good Old Games for $3 each.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that trilogy. Forget 999.
Well, we should scare cam that shit.
They might be on sale for Christmas because it says buy game for $3, you save $3.
Here's what we do. I got the plan. 4 of us, including Davo, will scare cam it. We'll do it widescreen like the game wasn't. We'll put ourselves at the sides and we'll all just react to it. And when something crazy happens, we'll all shake our heads quick and go, whoa, 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 what?
So you want an actual cartoon, basically.
Yeah, and at the end, all 4 of us in unison say, do you like us? Like and subscribe. And smile.
That'll be the catchphrase of the videos, too. I can't believe Gabriel just killed that guy. Let's like and subscribe for it.
I think it's time for you to leave the runaway guys, John.
Oh.
There's greener pastures for you.
Absolutely.
Apparently, I haven't sold out enough, apparently. I had to go all the way.
Duh.
We call us the sit-down guys.
The scare cam guys.
There you go, the scare cam guys.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if that was actually a thing. That'd be pretty good, actually.
What about now, or anything you guys want to plug or talk about?
Mario Galaxy 2 Let's Play, somethingawful.com.
Nice.
Watch it.
Cool. John, you got anything?
I'm not doing Mario ROM hacks anymore. You know what? I didn't want to do the one as it was, but I was like, good cause. And then all this happened, so it's just like, yeah, that's a good note to never go back to them on.
Again, you know that I disagreed with whatever, but like I totally understand your decision, and I probably would have done something similar in your position. So can't fault you for it, but I'll certainly bring it up whenever I can to make fun of you in our Retsupurae video.
Eventually, in a year, when I completely forget that I've said I'm done with ROM hacks and do one, you can remind me then.
Oh no, I won't. Wait till PAX.
Oh, God.
Wait till your panel at PAX.
So what you're saying is I
should
just wait for the next RetsuPurae video I'm in, right? Like literally that you're making fun of me again.
Yes, basically.
Okay. As long as I've got advance warning this time.
I'll plug one thing. CK Noir started a Let's Fail thread on Something Awful. I really love those, and I plan to participate as soon as I get some time. So that's all I got. Anything else, gentlemen?
No. Video games?
Video games.
Yeah,
Play them.
Play them.
Play them, but don't film yourself reacting to them.
Or do, but never show anyone. Just stare at it and realize how bad your life has gotten.
There you go.
There's that.
Most negative thing you've ever said on the internet.
It probably is, actually.
All right. Dead to rights?
Dead to rights.
Dead to rights.
All right.